Hi there Aries, it's Marie from the Tarot Shop here with your reading for the month of August. If you're new to me, there are two decks in front of you. The one on the left is usually I say an oracle card, but it's actually Spirit Messages card, and on the right hand side is the tarot. So I take this opportunity to just give you a quick message from tarot from the month ahead. If it doesn't resonate, then I ask you to please leave that. Sorry, I had to blow my incense out. I ask you to leave that and then check out your moon and or your rising instead. And that's because you may be operating more astrologically from that this month. Talking of which, astrology. So at the end of this tarot reading, the video is split into two parts. There's the astrology at the end of it. And that's not the astrology that is specific to you, Aries. It's the astrology that is generically going on in the sky. Because I think it's actually really important to know what energies are going on around, because they can very much influence us, sometimes more than others. So with the astrology side of things, it's generic, it's for everybody, and that's tacked on at the end of every single video. And if it doesn't resonate, then don't try and make this fit. That's not what tarot is about at all. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. YouTube, I think have they got us to 50,000 subscribers now? So that's very good. Thank you very much. And it would be nice if we could grow that a little bit more, reach a few more people. That would be lovely. See if we can get tarot's good news out there. Right, okay. Aries. Trust. While your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path. The logical path may be the one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. Oh, have you been calling out here at all? It looks like you've got a question. Okay, so let's just do the tarot and see what's in here for you. Sorry, I moved the camera in. Okay, now let me put these here actually, because in case I need to add a clarifier. Now, at the beginning of the month, you've been let down, you see. So that you've been let down, and this is in your mind as well. It's really playing on your mind that you've been let down by a male figure. So this is either it's somebody who's connected to you emotionally, make no mistake, because you've got the cups here. So you have been let down, and possibly, you know, if that's a work situation, maybe they've promised. I'm just going to move the incense. Hang on a second, sorry, because it was wafting in my face. Pop that over there. So it could be, you know, like a work, somebody that you're connected to, a boss, or somebody that really, you'll know what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, you start the month by really being quite let down. I think they may promised you something that they weren't able to deliver. This could be a promotion, maybe, but it's somebody you are connected to. So unless you have great feeling for your boss and you just don't go there and do your job, yeah, you feel it's a great way to start open the month, isn't it? But then at the end of the day, they're saying here that you are considering a decision. So if your logical mind is saying to you to get out of the situation because this person cannot be trusted, then they're saying follow your intuition. So let's see where that leads, and that's how we open the month. Okay, you have got something here that then happens. I feel somebody's coming in, and somebody's coming in that's going to guide you. You've got the Star, so again you've got the King of Cups. So we've got some emotional support coming in here. I think this has really been quite a bit of a shake of your faith, whatever that is that's happened at the beginning of the month. I do feel it's a layover as well of something that's been ongoing. So if that hasn't been happening for you, then yeah, I feel that there's history here, you know. So this person is constantly not surprising you. I want to say that, you know, then there's no surprise here. So maybe you've placed a lot of trust in them, and your instincts are now saying, I need to get out of this situation. I need to give this job up, or you know, the landlord has let you down for the last time because he hasn't done this. And it's that sort of thing. Listen, it's no big great shakes, but I just feel that it's got to the point where you're like, seriously, when is enough? When are you going to do what you say you're going to do? And that really feels like it's something that's at the beginning of the month. And the great thing is, here's the good news, is that somebody comes in and guides you away from being embroiled in this situation. You are, I don't want to say rescued, but essentially it is either it's an angelic guidance that comes in, brings somebody in for you. But I feel we've got here a male figure again, somebody who's older that's going to actually come in and say, look, you know, where are you going anyway? You don't really need to worry about this. Everything's going to be okay. Follow your heart. With the Star card, Aries, I always say this, please press pause and try and connect with that part of you. You can see he's looking for divine guidance and divine inspiration and following his heart, which is so important here because, you see, your soul's inner guide is urging you to follow an alternative path. So I know you like to be in control, Aries, and I know that you like to, you know, you like to just deal with the situation and move on. But actually, you've got something here that says, stop. Where's the help? Somebody's guiding you here. And this person, listen to them. It's a friend who's got great advice, or it's a partner or a husband or a, you know, a brother or a boss, an old boss. Somebody's going to come in and give you some very good words of wisdom. And it's going to give you time to pause before you start moving towards this wonderful direction here. I am going to say that this is about also leading you towards a position of financial security. You know, that's kind of like where this reading is moving towards. And it's saying this is what you want. You don't want to have to worry about money. You don't want to have to keep worrying about the rent. You don't have to want to keep worrying about, you know, is this person being truthful and honest? You know, whatever it is, you don't want to do that. And I do feel that at the end of the month, you are being very much guided towards that. Listen to, you know, there's a gift coming in here. There's a financial gift coming in as well. Maybe towards the beginning of next month. But it comes in and it resolves this. You know, follow your heart. That logical side of you is going to have to take a step back this month. Because if it doesn't, then there's going to be a little bit of conflict there that you're not going to want to get involved in. So, you know, listen to your heart. You are not in a situation where you cannot move. I'm not saying that. Don't be trapped, don't be bound at all. That's not what I'm saying. But the most important message here is this guy here. Follow your heart. The logical side of you is going to lead you towards conflict. So follow that, and then you should be absolutely golden, as they say. So that's the message from the tarot. I hope that that makes sense. And if it doesn't, just, you know, I would watch out, see who this is. Somebody's coming in significantly here mid-month, 15th, that, you know, to give you some really strong advice that will lead you towards a beneficial outcome, whatever this is. Okay, I hope that you found that helpful. The next part of the video now is you're going to move straight into the astrology part. If you have other videos, the one that you want to listen to, you've got other signs, obviously, then there is a playlist, actually. It's called, it should pop up at the end of this video, at the very, very end of the video after the astrology bit, it will pop up. And it's a playlist for the rest of that. I don't know why I called it Zodiacs, but I did. Okay, I hope that you found that helpful. And thank you very much for your time. And I will see you next month for the tarot part of it. And now you'll just move on to the astrology. Okay, take care. Have a very good August. Bye-bye. Hi, so this is now, we're entering the astrology part of the video. So whatever you've been listening to, your sun, your moon, or your rising, this is now a collective astrology reading. It's the same video that's at the end of every single one of the Tarotscopes. And that's because I want you to try and think of it like, from an astrological point of view, these major events are happening in the skies during the month of August. And as a result of that, they can affect us all collectively, and some more than others. It depends what signs are involved. So there are, like, if you imagine that in the skies, there are meetings that are happening between one planet and a sign. So there's a planet and a sign, and they're meeting. And as a result of that, as I say, the energies become very powerful and very enhanced. So I've only picked out 5 here. And it actually, I've got some that are already happening. So I've got this sheet here, And I will leave this for you, so it's a downloadable one, so you can see what the major ones are. And the reason I do this, because I think it's really important to understand the tarot correspondences, because astrology and tarot are very connected. For example, you can see here that on the 6th of August, at the moment, we've got Venus, which is the Empress, in Virgo. And she stays in the Virgo until the 6th of August when she enters Libra. Now, this meeting is happening in the sky. The planet Venus, which is the Empress, which is all about nurturing, creation, harmony, abundance, growth, all those wonderful things. If you think of Mother Nature, it's all that kind of energy, is actually about to enter Libra, which is the sign of fairness and justice and equality and all those sorts of things. So the values planet, which is what do we value, what do we care about, what do we want to grow in our lives, you know, what makes us fulfilled, what would we like to create, then goes into this planet, it goes into the sign of fairness. So what you can expect there is it's a time for harmony, it's a time for balance and beautiful and meaningful connections. So beauty and then meaningful connections. So from the 6th through until the 10th of September, this is happening in the skies. And irrespective of what your sun sign is, you can expect to see some influences here in your life. And it's a good time to tap into this. So if you want some equality and fairness with regards to, I don't say you're growing a business, then this is something, or you're growing something, or you're very involved with your mother and you want something to be fair, or you know, if there's anything around the maternal role and also equality and fairness, then this is a really good time to work with those energies in your life. Okay, and then on the 11th of August, goodness me, listen to me. On the 11th of August, we've got Mars, which is the Tower card. So you can see you've got Mars sign here, because Mars and the Tower are the correspondence. So you've got Mars enters Cancer. Now, Mars is currently in Gemini until the 11th of August, when it then moves and causes disruption with regards to movement forward. So it delays things. It basically causes some disruption around moving forward too quickly. So you have to take action from your heart as opposed to pure willpower. So it's a good time to listen to your intuition. And that's the 11th of August through to the 28th of September. So it's going on for quite some time. There's lots of movement, but it's more along the lines of Mars brings in a little bit of aggression. You know, the Mars energy, the planet of Mars, it causes a little bit of disruption with regards to moving forward. So you'll find that you'll either want to get on with it and there'll be nothing stopping you, or you'll want to hold back. But it's all with regards to asserting yourself and using your willpower. So you've got that energy going on, and you've got something there. If you want to do this, so if, for example, you're determined, using your willpower to do it, then you can expect to cause quite a bit of disruption with that. So, and protect what matters most, because Cancer is all about your home life and things like that. So you can find you might be very, a perfect example of this is it may be that around this time you become very protective and quite argumentative about your home environment and protective around what that means to you. So on a global scale, that may be something around protecting home and hearth. So, you know, that sort of thing. So then on the 12th of August, we've got the High Priestess, our lovely card of the moon. Now, this is quite an important time, actually, because we've got a new moon where we begin things. And I didn't print it off this time, but I've got a moon phases chart as well, a moon phases PDF, I think it is, or it's a document anyway. So it's attached to this, so you can have a look and see what it is. But new moons are always about beginning. Now we've got here a beginning, an intuitive beginning, because it's the moon, intuitive beginning with regards to empowerment and strength. And that's on the 12th of August, which is also a total solar eclipse in Leo. So this is an extremely powerful, because you've got Leo, powerful day for intuition, for beginning something intuitive. Okay, so listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, because she's going to make you more powerful and lead you towards more power in your life on that day. And then you've got the 23rd of August, which is where the sun enters Virgo. So the sun is currently in Leo, so happy birthday, Leo. And then it enters Virgo, and the sun is about, you know, it's about success and moving forward, and that then shines itself on Virgo, which is very much around introspective, looking within, quiet time, peace. So it's a wonderful time. After all that Leo energy and all of this eclipse energy that's happened here, we then go into a period of successful reflection, and that's a beautiful time, and it goes on for the whole of the month. So, and also you've got very much around organization. What else have I written down with regards to that? So focus on reflection, organization, self-improvement and practical plans. So after all of this action and energy, it's really quite a nice time to get busy organizing your life, really. And that's a good energy to tap into. Now on the 28th of August, the final one here, we've got the High Priestess. So the moon once more is in Pisces. This is always one that because I have a moon in Pisces. So I always think, oh my goodness me. So the full moon is where everything comes up to the surface. It illuminates everything in your life with regards to the Piscean energy. So it can be about relationships and dreamy and all the sort of like the visionary side of things. So you've got the moon, which is also very intuitive. So this is a very good time to basically intuitively let go of things that no longer serve you, to become very also in tune with regards to what the future may hold, because the moon, as you know, I always say, it is basically a time to an unexpected path will soon be revealed. So it's a wonderful time here. So you've basically got Pisces, the High Priestess, which is the moon in the moon, if that makes sense to you. So yeah, I've got this little chart, so I'm going to put it. So time for release, healing and trusting your intuition. So you've got some super intuitive times happening this month. I've written these silly little pieces of paper because I forget what I'm doing sometimes. I have to make sure that I've got it all here. So basically, these are the 5 key transits that are happening with regards to August. As I said, they don't necessarily, you know, this doesn't confuse your reading before, because this is extra. It's an added layer to tarot where you can go, okay, so what are the energies, the tarot energies that are working based on the fact that these correspond to the planets. So the Empress with regards to fairness. That's the first thing that you can expect to happen. I hope that's made sense to you. I do enjoy this, and I was very pleased actually that that you all seemed to enjoy it last month. So I really hope that it's something we can continue with. And as I said, we've also popped the August 2026 correspondences. It's called a correspondence, where you have the tarot card and the star sign. So the two of them, they have the same energy. And I just think it's much better if you can see it with regards to the tarot cards. It kind of lends it a little bit more power when you are actually interested in tarot. It means more to me than if you say star signs. I'll be like, okay, I visualize the tarot card, and then it kind of gives it that added energy. Okay, so I hope that you've enjoyed that, and all that remains now is for me to say happy August. My goodness me, we've got quite a bit going on. Maybe do a little bit of a Google research onto some lovely magical things that you can do with regards to these eclipses. There are 2 this month. A total solar eclipse on the 12th of August, and that's in Leo, as we said, and a full moon and a partial lunar eclipse. Now it says the 28th. I think it kind of goes, it depends where you are in the world. It's the 28th to 29th. So there's like a 24-hour window. That's the 28th of August in the UK. Okay, so I hope you found that helpful, and thank you very much for your time. I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.